Oh, I made a story about like complaining that my Peruvian friend is too late, and there he is. And I stopped it right a second before you came.
Damn it. Post an update, bro. This guy's trying to frame me. I was right here.
The thing is like
The story isn't even out yet.
Yeah, the UK. I stopped the story. And you want to have an explanation what I'm doing here? So we have one matcha mango latte. For people that are asking themselves why I'm doing this, Piero is complaining that I never have the microphone close enough to my mouth, so I hope this is helping. And here we have a protein, coconut, mango, whatever. And why are we doing this, Piero? Why are we doing this? I close to my finance consulting a new project, which means a good amount of revenue coming in for the rest of the year. We already topped our revenue by 20%, and it's already 20% more than last year, which is secured. So I don't want to be toxic like a real man. We're drinking now our cocoa, matcha, something, protein drink and celebrate. I want to have a beer. This is completely fine, but this means our input layer of our current content processor is not working in the way it's supposed to work. And then some things we have to do make better alongside the process. But what I'm also realizing is we should trying to step also a little bit back to rely too much sometimes on AI and maybe having these discussions that we have now beforehand and then using AI to maybe get something out of this and not the other way around. Because I think a lot of things came out just of us now discussing certain things and hearing different opinions. Hello friends. So it's Tuesday morning. We are coming out of a 3-hour meeting in our toxic founder relationship. We fight it again. We already had to record this intro again because I was doing this with the mic and he doesn't like that I'm doing this. No, we are now heading out to an event, online event this time. It's about personal branding in the era of AI with a lot of famous personal brands. Justin Welsh, Lara Costa, they are quite big on LinkedIn. I want to see what they have to say because I'm not agreeing with all of the stuff they are saying. So I want to see what they're talking about, what we maybe can use for Merkion. And I think we have to run because we're already 3 minutes late. But I will take you a little bit with me, 2 days event, and then I will also give you a little bit of verdict, what I think and what we maybe apply for Merkion. Day one of the conference is done, and I made myself some notes that I would like to share with you because there were like some really good things and some things where I'm still thinking like, I don't see it like this. And maybe let's start really with the good things. So what I really liked is like the main message was like your brand is about your expertise, your stories and yourself. You know, also the thing which we say is the only right approach basically. And also the things that we try to show people with Merkion and help people with Merkion basically. Yeah. So basically this message, don't fake it. Your expertise and your stories are the ones that keeping the things running. And what I found super interesting, it was in the keynote from Lara Acosta, was like the breakdown of how you should post content, especially on LinkedIn. She said like 60 to 80% expert content, broad 15 to 25%, and storytelling 10 to 20%. And I like this approach and I really want to stress test this. So this will definitely be tried out 100%. Another thing which made me a little bit think, I really liked the masterclass of Lara. It was really, really good. And she went from 2K followers, I think, to 307,000 or something. This was at least the screenshots that were shown in the presentation. And I know the profile, she has a good profile, good landing page, doing all the best practices from LinkedIn. It's one trigger. But there's one thing I'm always trying to think about, and I don't have a solution for this, and I don't think I need to have a solution like this, but it's good to think about it, is if your product is basically, you know, like a playbook about like how to grow on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is your marketing channel, and of course that works because it somehow feeds itself and everybody wants to have this success on LinkedIn. You know what I mean? Or am I thinking wrong? Also, if you like, there have some opinions, please let me know down below in the comments, but this is also not criticism or something like this. This is a super smart business and everything is good. but I'm not always sure if these playbooks and all of the stuff is always helpful for everybody in every niche. Not sure about this. The thing that was sitting wrong for me is like that there is like a big tension between monetizing everything and building trust, yeah? Because both things were basically talked about and in different kind of masterclasses. Also, I will go into the other one like in a second. If monetization is really the first goal, so you're doing everything for conversions basically, yeah? And if you think like trust is your goal or trust is your goal, yeah? You're basically optimizing for something that takes longer and that takes some time, but it's building something more sustainable. Maybe also this is the thoughts that I have. Wait, what was another thought? Going viral. Like there was quite often the thing like here's a playbook how to go viral. I cannot even say it anymore. I know people want to do this, but do you always have to go this, or is it not better to have like the post that is speaking to the right people? I'm not sure. I don't think you have to go all the time viral. This is also something we want to do with Merkion and building with Merkion. But there are basically people, that they have a super small audience, they're going never viral, and they're making such a good living from it. So I'm stepping a little bit back on this. And then there was an interesting keynote from Clouse. I never heard of him before, I have to admit. He said something super interesting, super interesting. So the thing is, he had a bad revenue month in April. So the revenue of his community dropped. Yeah, he had a higher churn and a less new signers coming in. And when asking the people, a lot of the problems were like money concerns. And then he said something which really stuck with me. The thing is with subscription services and all of the stuff is, as soon it's going into the pocket of people and they losing money or they having less money available, they checking their subscriptions and canceling their subscription. And he said then in something which I really like, because this is my main goal with Merkion, or our main goal, it is to build a community around this, an ecosystem. People can grow together, people can build together, because this is something which is building trust, referring back to the trust layer. But it's also something that keeps people. Just a pure software as a service subscription, as soon like things are getting more and more expensive and you need your money on like another end in your life, this is the first thing that will go. So this was really the things that stuck with me. So this is like take on day number 1. Tonight will be day number 2. I will do the same tomorrow. We'll give you some things, some learnings. But yeah, that's it. I'm going back to work a bit, and then like tonight is the second day, and I will keep you posted with this one. Talk to you later, guys.
Capturing number 2 of the day number 2 of the IPO summit, and the learnings from day number 2. Also like a super valuable day. There was a lot of stuff which was cool to hear about, but not really the stuff that was what we need for Merkion, but still there were some really good learnings. And number 1 is like the topic of newsletters here, like Dickie Bush, Nathan May, Nathan Barry, all have it, all making a lot of revenue with it. And the biggest learning there is, which I also like find super interesting, is like basically social media follows are rented. If somebody's shutting down your account, they are all gone. If you have an email newsletter list, you have the email addresses. This is actually yours, and you can build trust from there. And the other thing which was also super interesting there is that none of these sequences they run or sales they made are without a single lead magnet. Like all of their sales coming with a lead magnet before means it is super important to have a clear value ladder for your subscribers, for your customers. And this is something which is super interesting. So we have it kind of already with Merkion, because we will have a 7-day trial and then you will have different packages. So there is a kind of value ladder, but we still want to experiment with different lead magnets. Number 1 is the 1-sentence brand. So where you in 5 days really build like the 1 sentence that your brand is standing for. And then this is natural leading into like our product flow. So super interesting. Next one from Nathan May. Like he has around like 920 readers and makes 1 million roughly in ARR. the super interesting here is, and also the point is what we want to help the people with that are using Merkion, not specifically what we want to do, is like, you don't need an audience of 5 million people, you know, like if you have the right people, you can make a good amount of money. And it's not about always going viral and all of this stuff. It's more like retain actually the people that are your ideal customers and speak to them. Super, super interesting. And my favorite one was from Justin Welsh. It was even already on the first day, but I forgot it there. And he wrote a lot about like tactical solopreneur content, yeah, which is made him successful and made him a shitload of money. And he then decided just to completely pivot and going away from this. And he lost people through this, but he still has like a strong business and making a good amount of money. And compared to the other people, which the underlying message was always like audience first, he was the example of identity first. He was tired of the stuff he was doing, so he was shifting and was doing things that are more aligned with his identity. And it was still successful, and people still buying it, and people following him, you know? So this is perfectly also what is basically the substance or the identity behind Merkion and everything we are building there at Merkion. I have to say I went in quite skeptical into these 2 days. I'm still quite skeptical with some things. I think I already said it on the day first. I have a big problem with that monetization is always somehow the most important thing. And then also like, yeah, you need to build trust, but you also need to give me your money. I know we all want to earn money, but for me, I don't know, maybe I'm also like a little bit too idealistic there or something, or my sense of justice, or I don't know, is too strong. But I came out with a lot of confirmations. Some skeptical things were like resolved, and some interesting things just really we want to apply now at Merkion. I still want to sort a little bit my thoughts around this. We're already applying some of the things that we got taught, but there were some more, and as soon as I have this ready, I want to also share this with you. Morning, my friends. Off to a new week. It's already quite late for me. I think at 9:30. I didn't went to the gym this morning. I slept quite long, but I did like a 140 kilometer bike ride on Saturday, so I'm still quite tired. And yeah, this week is all about finalizing the tool. There's always something, you know, like small things, small hiccups in the testings that are coming up. The website will be done. Second full week of posting stuff. And yeah, I will just take you with me. I need to do my detailed planning now. Usually I have this done by the time I'm recording something. I will take you with me as usual. But wish you, first of all, a good start into the week. I'm going to my coffee place and getting an iced Americano to get a clear head, and then let's get into it.
Oh, that you sent me something, right?
This is something different.
Oh, the kit? Something.
Yeah, this is an invite.
Okay.
Yeah, we have it now.
What is it?
I think it's an interesting question. I actually think the word branding could be cut out. Branding still implies for me something that is like put on, you know, like this is now your branding. And I believe strongly in like, first of all, if you're building a business or anything, we're spending so much time working. I think our business and all we are doing should be aligned with who we are. So it's like, I would cut out the word branding. Be yourself, you know, like, and make this the driver for your business, for your decisions, to attract the right people. Because life is too short to actually just build something and being not aligned with who you are or who you want to be. Because we're spending so much time with this, and where does it make sense to waste so much time maybe in something we don't like to do, or which is doing because somebody is saying to do it? So yeah, maybe this is also something, we have it also in our identity paper. I want to, with this, it's not about the software or something. I want to help people to really understand who they are, what they believe in, what they stand against, because this is a good foundation to build from in business, in private life, and everything.
So, my friends, as already mentioned, I had some thoughts about like the whole workshop and the things they said there and things that we learned and want to apply, and maybe also you can learn. So one of the most important things was definitely the topic with the community, because this was also over a different kind of keynotes. And this one guy said basically like, it's easy to use AI. Everybody's putting AI in their tools and so on. But what is super important, and is also like something which can benefit you and give you an advantage above your competitors, is audience intelligence. Understanding your audience, understanding their problems. And I think especially a community around this can really help you to understand this and make your product and your offering better. This is definitely one thing. The other big topic is trust in all different kind of ways and how this can show up, but also in terms of like what you're offering, and that you have a clear, let's say, offer stack or value ladder for the people, and not just be like, this here is my offer, take it or leave it. As I said already, having a lead magnet, like this one business was just never making a sales without any lead magnet before. Show people how you can solve their problems and then offer them the right thing to solve their problems, basically. And yeah, the last thing, which also some of them, and especially Justin Walsh said, or did with his action, identity first. It's about you, what you want to do, where you're feeling good, because people will feel this, and with this you will attract the right audience. Yeah, and this has to be visible in your content and everything. This guy made 15 million euros and then completely pivoted because he was tired of what he was doing. If this is not identity first, I don't know. These are basically the main things. Also, if you are currently building, I think this is super important. Build trust with your audience. Develop audience intelligence. Yeah, AI, everybody can use it. Understand your audience. And this is maybe also something from my side. Stop being so much in love with the solution or the things you're building all the time. Be in love with the problem and understand what problems your people have. Just because somebody says he has this one problem doesn't mean this is the source, the root cause of the problem, But that's it. It was a super interesting and valuable online workshop, 2 days, however you want to call it. It was really good. I'm happy that I joined it. I also got like some benefits at the end. But yeah, I hope this learning is also helping you. And with this, I would say you have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay happy. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video, and see you in the next one. Cheers!